Hey guys, Deathslitter Magic here, and it's finally time to make this video. I was waiting until we had a formal, official, all-in-one-place, fully detailed, release or statement or article or whatever you want to call it from Wizards, because it was all secondhand hearsay, social media, just I think I heard this at PAX, nonsense. And I did not want to get the details wrong, because if I'm going to be like, oh, they shouldn't have done this, and it turns out, nope, that was wrong, that's not the right thing, that would be bad. So by the way, I'll give you one guess who wrote this intro. I'm going to read it verbatim, and no, I'm not making this up. Oh, hi, didn't see you there. Welcome. Thanks for coming back. We always like to see familiar faces. What's that? You're not here for me? My witty banter and charming repartee, which I'm pretty sure is not how you spell that, aren't why you joined us today? You want preview cards? Of course you do. No, I don't. I want to hear about this Mythic, whatever the hell it's called. That's literally the only reason I clicked on this. We've actually already seen the preview cards, because people have cell phones. Hey, giant corporations out there, if you're going to do something at PAX and it's really important, you want people to have accurate information, synchronize your little, presentation thing with your website. After it's done, put it on your website. Don't wait 3 days over a holiday weekend while people can get a bunch of crap wrong on social media, which, by the way, FYI, they did. So we got, promos, box art, everything revealed. I'm going to make another video on that. This video is about the Guilds of Ravnica Mythic Edition. So let's see what they have to say about it. He says, if you're on social media this past weekend, it was probably pretty difficult to miss these card images. Yeah, it was also pretty difficult to get any amount of accurate information about them, you dumbass. Oh, here's our new product. We're going to show it off to 100 people in a room and then not say anything for 3 days. Are you that stupid, Wizards? Very rhetorical question there. Well, I've already got the artwork on the scroll up here, just so you can see what's going on, which cards are in it. But before I just, dig into, what's in and what they look like, how good they are, the prices, all that stuff. Let's just read what they said, so we're all on the same page here. He says, here's the deal. We're trying something new. These 7 cards plus an 8th one, by the way, there is an 8th one, that's part of Guilds of Ravnica and won't be previewed until next week, will be part of a special Guilds of Ravnica Mythic Edition that will only, and they put that in bold, be purchasable through the Hasbro Toy Shop, which I guess is like a Hasbro online ordering e-commerce thing. So the product will be a draft-sized, so 24-pack box instead of 36, of Guilds of Ravnica with a twist that 8 packs, they'll be clearly marked, will each come with one of these Planeswalker cards inside the pack. See, this is why I wait to make videos until I have all the details. Here, let me summarize what a bunch of other YouTubers and people online said. But how are you supposed to tell? And what if somebody drafts 2 of them and it's so unfair? And what if they draft value but I wanted to keep it? And what if one of the cards is worth $80 and one of them's worth 10 and then... They're clearly marked. 8 of them are marked as, hey, these contain the 8 special cards. I don't know if you'll know which, but they're in there. To reiterate, let's read what they wrote about it. Each will come with one of the Planeswalker cards inside the pack, plus the normal rare or mythic card. So there you go. You will know which packs have these special Planeswalkers, so this can make for an exciting draft experience, or just crack the whole box. You do you. They're stealing my sayings now. I mean, you want to show up to F&M every week in full Planeswalker cosplay? You do you. You want to show up in a furry suit? You do you. Just kidding. I hope you die on the way there. You disgusting, perverted deviant. Oh, you guys hear that? It's the sound of every furry unsubbing from my channel. Check out socialblade.com for exact numbers of how many subs I just lost. I don't care. Seriously, somebody was like, oh, not all furries are perverts. Well, that's how they started, so you joined the wrong club, and that's not my problem. I'm going to associate you with the perviest of pervs if you don't get out of that fandom. So, Guilds of Ravnica Mythic Edition will go on sale for $249.99 US on October 3rd, and just in case you were wondering about this, there will be limited quantities. Really? Limit 2 per customer. Watch at Wizards Magic for more information as we get closer to October 3rd. I don't think anybody needs any additional information, and from what I saw, at Wizards_Magic is getting bombarded with hate over this. I think it's a little bit exaggerated, but this is bad. I mean, let's not beat around the bush. This is bad, and this was incredibly stupid. There's a couple things it could have changed that would have made this almost okay. So let me start by pissing off all the people on one side of this, and then I'll piss off the people on the other side. Hey guys, did you realize that you don't have to buy these? Is that a concept to you? Is that news to you? Because if that's news to you, you must have read the wrong thing. Nobody has to buy these to play Magic, Nobody has to buy this product in order to build any deck. This is not the gift box where there's exclusive cards in it where you got to drop $80 on 4 gift packs if you want a playset of anything in it, which that's a load of crap. You don't need these, okay? You need to separate want from need. Just because you want them, I mean, I want a Lamborghini doesn't mean I got the money. So what? You can't have everything you want in life. Get over it. Secondly, I don't even consider these Magic cards. These are purely collector's items. I mean, they might as well have made them like on plate silver and then dye sub printed on top so that they're like not even legal playable. These are purely for collectibles. Now, some of these I think are going to be sub $10, which is interesting, but you'd have to be crazy, absolutely crazy to play with a card this expensive. Then again, all the legacy players are like, what are you talking about? Not vintage players, though. They're busy suing each other for damaging each other's cards by riff shuffling wrong. Bro, I don't even trust myself with a $200 smartphone. Like, when I got that thing out of my pocket, I'm death gripping that sucker. If you get like a $200 or $300 copy of a card and then you're like, I'm going to actually play with this, and you know that every time you touch your deck, you are basically devaluing the card. You are costing yourself like $10, $20 every time you shuffle. Okay, that's a slight exaggeration, but you can just see the dollars and cents just ticking away. What the hell is wrong with you people? So nobody needs these, and you'd have to be crazy to play with these, unless you're like that much of like a douche, where you're like, oh, every time I play Commander, it's, oh, how expensive and how elite can my cards be? Oh, look, this is the alpha version. Oh, look, this is a promo that was only given away if you visited the International Space Station and played a game there. Oh, look at me, everybody respect me, I'm so cool and rich. Okay, everybody thinks you're an asshole if that's you, just FYI, in case that's like news to you. Buy the cheapest version of every card if you're going to actually play the game, and if you want like some cool show-off collection where other people can actually admire it, they're like, oh, this is cool, you got a good collection, nice binder, then maybe pick these up. These are purely collectible, and even if you're like, oh, I want to play with one of these cards, then buy the cheaper one. You don't need the damn full art, borderless whatever. So I mean, if your only complaint about this product is, oh, I really wanted, these look really cool, and I could swap them out of my deck, I guess, or I could put them in my trade binder, frame them, and put them on the wall, or put them in top loaders on my desk or something. But you're like, oh, I can't afford, $250. Well, yeah, that price is utterly outrageous. I mean, if it's not worth it to you, then don't buy it. I mean, you could walk around at any store and see a bunch of crap you can't afford. Like, is that like a new concept to you? Do you never go shopping? Like, what the hell? Like, you can go to ebay.com and probably something on the homepage you can't afford. I mean, like, I don't even get that. So, I mean, Wizards could literally charge $1,000 for these and print them on gold-plated metal bars. I don't care. I don't have to buy them. I am under zero obligation to buy them. They could sell these for $10,000. It's not my problem because I don't need them to play the game. They're a completely separate product from Magic the Gathering and deck building and playing at FNM. So everybody saying, oh, it's a cash grab. Wizards is so greedy. No, this is actually pretty proper, like, what do they call that? Market capitalization or something? Or, I don't know. You look at a mobile game and all the super rich whales or just people who are stupidly irresponsible with their money, either or, they're responsible for like 90 to 95% of the company's income, okay? If you have $1 million or that's how much you make a year, you probably would drop $500 on a mobile game in your sleep if you really like the game and it's pay to win garbage and you're a douche. So what does Magic have? Net decking? Building the most expensive deck there is? I mean, you can collect stuff, but the problem is it's all the secondary market. You want to collect like a full set of beta or something. Wizards is going to see zero of that. Let's see, we have From the Vault, except, oh, that's right, now we don't. And then we've got, and Wizards makes nothing on that, by the way. Signature Spellbook. Okay, I mean, I heard they had trouble getting rid of those too, and they're pretty cheap. What is there for the ultra-rich people who will drop 10, 20, 30 grand on the game if they really love it and they're really into it and been playing it for 10 years? What is there for them to buy? There's nothing, basically. Nothing from Wizards, at least. And I wouldn't even say that they're spending money if they're like, I'll take 2 cases and I'm going to sit on them for 10 years because, we'll see what happens. That's an investment. That's not even, that's not the same. So what is there for the whales to buy? You got these rich people waving money in your face and all they're doing is giving money to the secondary market and Wizards is seeing none of it. I mean, even like net deckers, people are like, yeah, I'll build an $800 deck. Doesn't even faze me. Cool. I love Magic. Yay. They don't open booster boxes and just like open them. They don't tend to be like, give me 6 boosters. They'll just buy singles. I mean, they just build exactly the deck. And okay, you're paying somebody else to open the boxes and then they're paying Wizards. So I mean, it's not that indirect, but they're still not the best customers, honestly. So what do you do? Well, if I were them, I would be licensing out my intellectual property and the characters to all kinds of collectibles. I mean, they've done pop vinyls and they sold pretty well. I'd go a little further with it. Why not ultra high quality figures and like full, 1.5-foot statues? Like when you get the collector's edition of some big game and they send you like this ultra perfect detailed like desk art, some beautiful scene from whatever, People buy them, people drop $200-300 on it. I mean, if they had it and then, whatever. So, well, what do you do? I mean, in my opinion, if I were them, I would have printed ultra rares. Oh, look, masterpieces. Here's the problem. Masterpieces, all they did was represent 15% of the value in a box. They pushed the other cards down and everything was exactly the same as it was before. If you want to make money on the whales and the collectors and the rich people in your market, in your customer base, you've got to sell something outside of your core product. It has to be an additional product. Well, here we go. What a coincidence. It's only being sold by Hasbro. Now, a little detail on that first. Wizards just stopped Wizards Direct. You can no longer buy product from Wizards, even if you're a tier 4 WPN location, because the logistics and the delivery was too expensive, too inefficient, and they said, honestly, the people who do nothing but like hobby and game store distribution are just better at it than us, and they can do it cheaper. So we're losing so much money on the staff, the labor, the hours, all that, we're just going to cut it. And then they did this. Now you can only buy from them, except wrong. Hasbro, their existing warehouse, their existing fulfillment department. They're just like, here, deliver them to them instead. You guys do fulfillment. They're not adding anything, and Hasbro's not getting rid of it anytime soon. So all Hasbro has to do is keep doing what they're doing. Now, Hasbro's website doesn't have the resources or the setup or the code. It's just not equipped in any way to do WPN allocations or any of the customer service that goes with it. So that's out. That's why they cut that. But this makes sense because this is a collectible. So that's where they screwed up, honestly, because people are whining, well, it's Wizards selling singles. I guess to get around that, they made it a 24 booster box where 1/3 of them have these in them, in addition to other cards. So you get 24 boosters with it. Ooh. Well, $3.99 a piece MSRP, that leaves you with $95. We'll just say 100, so $150 for these 8 cards. That is ridiculous, but it's also probably about what they're going to be worth. If you're going to add them up, they're probably not that far off, and they wouldn't have been no matter what. I mean, they could charge $150, and they'd still probably add up to that, so it is what it is. But at the end of the day, they're still just kind of going in a roundabout way selling you singles. And they have made statements in the past, I'm pretty damn sure, that said, we don't sell singles. We don't want to be in the market of selling singles. We want to sell booster packs because, draft and prizes and whatever. Well, if you want to make money, you sell singles, but I don't think they're necessarily going back on it because, like I said, I would consider this a collectible, very much not a playable card. I mean, if you're just looking for a playable card, like I said, buy the cheaper version. Don't use one of these. These are really meant to be appreciated for their art, their rarity, their value, and it could be like kind of an investment, sort of. I just don't feel like the primary reason for these existing is for people to buy them and then play with them and put them in decks. That just doesn't even make sense. So to me, these could be solid metal, custom hand-painted Planeswalker statues. I mean, what's the difference? I just don't personally consider them a playable product. That said, they are legal for play. That's why, like I said, they probably should have just printed them on like something so thick that they wouldn't even be legal to play. But then, how many people would really just want them as a collectible if they're not playable? I think even if you have zero intent of playing with them, the fact that they are playable is what props up their value. So to me, it's really gray area on this one. I don't love what they're doing. I think the price is outrageous, and I think that they're just pretending to be the secondary market and they're selling singles directly to people. That's really all this is. So not happy with that, but once again, you don't have to buy it. Really can't stress that enough. And if someone has one, maybe you could trade for it. I mean, this is not the only way to get to it. So here is why this product is a disaster and why it just goes downhill from here. Because if this was just exactly what it was and there's nothing else to consider, whatever, it kind of irks me a little bit. But as far as the things they could do to damage the game and piss me off, pretty damn low. I mean, I'd give it a 2 out of 10 on that scale. Hiding cards that I need in a gift pack and in a Planeswalker deck, now that's some douchebaggery that I actually care about. So many people have mentioned this online that it can't possibly be untrue. Hasbro's Toy Shop website thing only ships to America and Canada. Maybe Mexico. If you are in Europe or Asia or Australia or South America or basically anywhere, you can't buy this product. So even if you're like, yeah, $250, why not? I'm rich as hell and I want these cards. I'm a collector. I'm the whale. Too bad, can't buy them. Region locked. Oh well. I mean, you make this controversial product that only like 1% of people are going to have the money for or be willing to shell out that kind of cash for, and then you limit it to, I don't even know what percentage of their player base, 25% maybe are in the US and Canada. I mean, if I were to go just by viewers on my channel, I think it's even lower. And remember, my channel's in English, so I mean, maybe 10% of players are in America. So this huge cash grab, money-making, limited edition, collectible thing that's supposed to just haul in all this money, and then you exclude 90% of your customer base. Except, you know what? It gets worse. They're not excluding that percentage of their customer base. Oh, no, 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 no. These are going to hit eBay so damn quick it'll make your head spin. Hasbro may not have the capabilities, the intelligence, and the advanced technology that it takes to ship something overseas, but some guy in his garage does. So head on over to eBay if you're from Germany, and you'll just have to pay some ridiculous scalped price and international shipping. That's nice. I mean, honestly, that's the worst part about this product, and I live in America. Like, I can feel for you guys where you're like, I wanted to buy this, and now I either can't, or I have to pay double or triple, which is just stupid. It's just so stupid. Wizards, do you want to make money on this or not? I mean, you know that most of the money, like literally most of it, that's going to be made on this is going to be people who use like a robot or a really damn fast computer to buy this in the first 5 minutes while they just basically probably crash Hasbro's website. And then that's it. Basically, nobody who wants this to actually keep it is going to end up buying it. And then it's going to go for $500 internationally to the entire rest of the customer base that wants it. And whoever was lucky enough to get 2 of them is just going to pocket probably, $500 profit. That's what's going to happen when they release this. What is okay about that? Because if you ask me, nothing is okay about that. What the hell? So this went from greedy annoyance that I don't care about because I don't have that kind of money and some people do, and if that's how you want to spend your money, I'm not here to tell you how to live your life and who cares. And this dropped it all the way down to what the hell were they thinking? This is probably the worst product they've come up with in 5 years. There's no reason for this. Here's how I would have done it. Just say we're getting rid of From the Vault and we're going to do these completely different product. Ooh, and then make the MSRP like 50 or something. Or MSRP 80, 100. I mean, whatever. I mean, if this was From the Vault Planeswalkers and they're like, yeah, instead of $35.99 or whatever, 34 or whatever the hell it was, we're upping the MSRP, I think most people would be like, well, that makes sense because it's worth more than that. It always has been and always will be, except for some really bad ones. You can actually still get the Annihilation one, I think, for like $36. Brand new sealed. Ouch. That's what they get for not putting Damnation in it. If you want to sell high-end premium singles that all have pre-existing versions so people can't, whine about, oh, I can't afford to play the game, just buy the cheap one. Wizards, you already had a platform for that. It's called From the Vault, and you got rid of it because you're idiots. By the way, you guys want to know the real reason they got rid of From the Vault? I'm sure that everybody at Wizards is going to be delighted with me sharing this with you, but it's because of legal reasons. From the Vault was the only product with 0 randomization, not counting pre-built decks, and those just have established legal precedent. If they literally sell you just singles, they are implying and acknowledging that it has a secondary value, that because instead of selling you a booster pack where, oh, who knows what's in it, they're selling you cards, it's implied that you're selling them something that's not worth 0 because that's what the product is. You could stretch it in court and say booster pack is worth 0. You're selling the opportunity to open a good card and the entertainment from it and the value of it being draftable. That's what you're selling. That's what the product is. The cards are worth 0, and if there's a secondary market, oh, that's not their problem. That gets around a whole legal mess. Because if Wizards ever acknowledges a secondary market and that singles have a value, they've got gambling people down their throats. They'll have everybody, the FTC coming down at them. They'll have to put an age restriction on it. It would be a catastrophe. Their inventory valuations would be different and just, it would be a nightmare. Potentially. It's opening it up to that maybe happening. Now, the difference with, zero variance pre-made decks, like, Planeswalker decks or whatever, well, one, they have a pack in them. Hey, guys, guess why they have one pack in them? I'll give you one guess. But for, like, the new ones, like dual decks or whatever the hell the newbie dual deck thing is that they're coming out with, the experience is learning to play, and you're buying the fact that we put them in a pre-made deck. You're buying the deck for the deck. Like, it's a playable product. The value isn't the singles, even though they are consistent. They are selling you the playability of the deck and the design of the deck and the intellectual property that went into the design, not the cards. From the Vault was the last time that they sold you cards, directly singles. So now here's this, and why do you think they put them in boosters and slightly randomized them? 100% because of legal issues. 100%. I have no statements from Wizards proving this, but trust me, I am very confident that I'm correct about this opinion. So yeah, overall, this is just incredibly stupid. They could have made so much more money on this if they found foreign distributors and said, well, if you're from America, buy it from, Hasbro so-and-so. If not, buy it from whatever. I mean, it wouldn't even have to be a distributor. It could be like some European Walmart or something. Or maybe, Alibaba or AliExpress, same company. Have them do your foreign fulfillment. They know international shipping. They have bases out in Europe and Asia. Let them do it. Let them sell it. I think they didn't want to let them take a cut, because they would. Also, I don't think that they're capable of honoring the whole limit 2 per customer thing. I don't think that any of those distributors from the Ali group do that. So you could just have somebody just buy 100 on day one, the first second it gets posted, and, there you go. Then they just scalp them. But come on, I would have found a way. Find some dinky little crappy fulfillment center out in Europe and have them handle all your European orders. You are leaving so much money on the table and seriously pissing off foreign players. I mean, this is just a slap in the face. Like, here's this cool little thing. It's overpriced and it's terrible. Most people don't want it. But if you do want it, too bad. Move to America. Screw you. Boy, that is really something. They did not think this one through too hard. Although, like I said, there's huge reasons, like logistically, why they're not selling it in Europe. It's because they probably couldn't find somebody to sell it in Europe that they, can rely on and that would actually fulfill the orders correctly. And Hasbro has no direct distribution on those continents. So it is what it is. So here's one more factor, one more thing that I should mention. Will these be printed on paper that's not complete garbage? I'm going to say probably not, because if the rest of the packs are normal boosters and they're printed in America, and you want them to be playable and not dissimilar from the rest, they're not going to have a special coating. They're not going to have the purple core paper. They're not going to be printed in Japan. They're going to be the same garbage, and they're going to curl. So the funny thing is, they never said the word premium or foil anywhere in this entire announcement. So I guess without a statement from them elsewhere, which I'm sure somebody's going to be like, well, I was at PAX, or my friend was at PAX, and they were at this panel, and they thought they maybe overheard. Okay, that's not where I get my information. Sorry. But as far as I know, nobody knows if these are foil or not. They could be not foil. I'd almost prefer them to be not foil. The art speaks for itself, and I don't want them curling. So yeah, that's all the details. The full story, not just some knee-jerk biased, I have half the information, ooh, outrage, outrage. Okay, that's not what this channel's about. Honestly, there's no reason to get riled up about this unless you really wanted it and you're pissed off that you're going to have to pay $500, $600, $700 to get it internationally shipped from a scalper. That's a pretty legit reason to get pissed off. But at the end of the day, nobody needs these, okay? You don't need them. You just want them. Well, I don't want them, and even if I did, I know I can't afford them. So who cares? I don't care, and this product doesn't piss me off. I think they're idiots for the way they're doing just about everything about it. But, I mean, whatever. You can't call it a greedy cash grab unless people actually need the cards, and this was the only place to get them. It's a completely optional product that's not a cash grab. That's attempting to reasonably cash in on people who have a lot of money. There's a complete difference between the two. The gift packs and the buy a box promo, that's a cash grab. They are grabbing your cash if you just want to do something as simple as build a deck and play the damn game, and that is disgusting. This product, I don't give a crap, so that's my final word on it. So maybe stop bashing this for completely invalid reasons online. There are plenty of good reasons to bash it for, so stop looking so ignorant, everybody. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time Wizards does something immensely stupid. Probably tomorrow.